Hello and welcome back. So we've got our asteroid moving along and we got the bullets, but they don't really interact. What we want is the bullets to actually do something to the asteroid and the asteroid to actually destroy the ship if it hits it. But that's not happening at the moment. So that's what we need to work on. So we've just created the bullet class. We've got the asteroid class and the ship class. Firstly, what we need to do is a bit of housekeeping. Now we've got the all sprites group, and that creates a list of all the sprites in the game so it can all be processed and displayed on the screen. What we also need to do is to create another sprite group, asteroid sprites, and that's going to be a sprite group, and then we're going to add the asteroid to it. So now that asteroid is part of two groups. It's part of the all sprites, which will make sure that everything gets drawn and updated, but it's also part of asteroid sprites, which we can use to check whether there's been any collisions. So we got a ship there and we got the asteroids in their own group. Okay, firstly let's have a look at the bullets. Now what we can do is we passed through the game to the ship. We can do the same to the bullet. So where it's taking X, Y, and direction, it can also take game, and then self.game equals game. Exactly the same way as we did it on this one. And we're passing through the exact same thing. There we go, passing self.game. Now that bullet has access to everything that the is in the game. Now we got the update class. What are we doing every click, every time it goes round? Well, we want to check to see if there are any collisions with the asteroids. So we can say pygame dot sprite, because we're doing sprite stuff, sprite collide, and that's just checking if there's any collisions between itself and the asteroid list. So that was self.game.asteroid sprites, and then the next argument is what's happening to the sprite which is hit. Is it going to exist still? Is it going to be destroyed? And we could just say true to destroy it. Okay, we've essentially done one line. Bit of housekeeping, but one line. Let's see what that one line does. So we've got that, and we've got a bullet. There we go, we just destroyed the asteroid. I wasn't quite happy that when we shot it, the bullet carried on after it had already destroyed an asteroid. So what we can do is we can say, okay, what's returned from this? And that's going to be a list of all the sprites which is hit. So we can say, okay, if there is a hit list, if anything was returned, then the bullet needs to die. Now to try it again, watch the bullet very carefully as I shoot the asteroid. So the bullet died as soon as it hit the asteroid and took the asteroid with it. That's because of that true value. If we change that to false, hit list will contain the asteroid, but it won't actually destroy the asteroid. We can then just tell it to destroy it later. We can also do things in here like increasing the score. So we can have the games having a score and then increase it for everything on the hit list, and various things like that. Okay, that is actually it for the asteroids for now. Now we need to do collisions between the ship and the asteroid, and it's very similar code. So similar, in fact, I'm going to copy it. So this is the ship. After it's done all of the changes, then I want to see, has it hit any sprites? And so that's checking itself against the asteroids, and if there's anything in the list, it's going to kill itself. Okay, let's see how that goes. Okay. Boom. I think that was lagging a bit when I did it. Let's try that again. There we go. So as soon as it hit the asteroid, then it killed the asteroid and the ship died. I don't actually want to kill the asteroid. The asteroid should win well and truly. Change that to a false and the asteroid will carry on and have clearly won the day. There we go. So the ship's dead, the asteroid carries on. We can do all sorts of other things at this stage. For example, self dot the thing in game. What was it in game which carried on? Self dot playing. So self dot playing equals false. Now that will mean that the game finishes naturally and it doesn't just exit out of it, which hurts anytime I see a student just doing it. This way you can exit gracefully, you can have a game over screen, all sorts of things. So there we go. And that hasn't exited. Why hasn't that exited? Self.playing, it should be self.game.playing. Because that value is in game, not in the ship. So try that again. There we go, we run and then it exits gracefully. You can then have something printing how many points you've got. You could have it instead of dying totally, it just restarts the game, moves your lives down by 1, all sorts of things. At this point, you can do so many different things with it. We're going down the route of when we shoot an asteroid, we'll have it split into different asteroids. You can add scoring into it, you can add menus, you can add retries, you can add lives, you can have all sorts of things into it. Let your imagination run wild. You've got the basic building blocks to do all of those things right now. It's up to you how you implement them. So this line really is quite fantastic in that it just says check if there's a collision between myself and anything in this group. That's why we needed to put it into a separate group. And then should you destroy what you had. If I go back to the bullets, so this was the bullets which looped through. I don't actually like destroying the asteroids totally, because in the next version we're going to have it that when we shoot an asteroid it will split into smaller asteroids. So I don't want to automatically kill it. Instead, I want to say for I in hit list, that should be a capital. Do some camel case. For I in hit list, so it's going through each asteroid which it has hit, and it's going to tell that asteroid you've been hit. Then after that, it is going to kill itself. So that's calling an asteroid because it's in the asteroid sprite group. So it's only asteroids which are going to appear on here. So if we go to asteroids, we can now create another function in here called hit. We can start with that, but we can also do self.kill. So for now we're just killing it, but we can change that so it spawns more asteroids and then destroys itself. So, whoops, wrong button. So now if I shoot that, it says you hit the asteroid and then it kills it. So we've managed to get that to that bit of code, which is very useful for the next stage. Anyway, I hope that was easier than some things and enlightening. Best of luck, do something cool.